Coach Dave, Accordion Cool, and here we go again. And you know, this week we're still in the 1960s. It's hard to believe that so many songs came out of the 60s. Very few that are actually written in the 60s, but so many artists took songs from the 40s and redid them, and we've done a few of those so far. Now, this first tune actually was written in 1961. It was a French song, written by a fellow named Michel Legrand. And he wrote it for a movie called The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. And I'm assuming it was a French movie, but the song got to America, and it's called Watch What Happens. So I hope you were watching to see, never mind. Watch What Happens, 1961. Well, this next tune, 1965. Now, you know, Coach Dave doesn't play a lot of waltzes. I mean, well, you know, waltzes are nice, but they're just too dainty. So what Coach Dave does is, well, a lot of the waltzes that are pretty decent tunes, Coach Dave changes them and does them in four times so you can mess around with them. Now, this particular tune, I actually heard it on the radio. It was a waltz, and somebody changed it to 4/4 time and recorded it. And it sounded pretty good. From 1965, from a movie, big hit movie called Dr. Zhivago. And this is called Lara's Theme, or Somewhere My Love, in 4/4 time. Here we go. Somewhere My Love, Somewhere My Love, or Lara's Theme, take your choice. Now this next song, all right, I just want to talk to the fellas watching right now. Ladies, just, you know, do some knitting or something. Now look, guys, on this song, okay, this was a very, very, very big hit by Elvis, all right? So when I'm playing this song, if you're there with your significant other, I want you to take her hand in yours, and I want you to look deep into her eyes. And while I'm playing this song, and then later on, you know, she'll probably think, you know, tonight that maybe you look like Elvis. And then again, maybe not. But, you know, let's give it a try. The song is from movie Blue Hawaii, which Elvis starred in 1961. It's called I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And maybe if you whisper that, oh, well, let's see what happens. Can't help falling in love with you. So try that, guys. Let me know next week if it worked. All right, we're going to move along to actually 1962 for this song. The song was written in 1954, and it's a nice little song, but nobody did much with it. Then there was a young man, well, not so young, but one of the crooners, so to speak. And he'd had a few hit songs, but all of a sudden his career was kind of on the rocks. He wasn't getting anything. And the word on the street is his son took over his management. And all of a sudden this tune came along. And he said, well, you know, maybe I'll record this tune. Well, this tune became his biggest hit, and probably one of the biggest hits of all time. Even though it was written in '54, he recorded it in 1962. His name was Tony Bennett. Now, I kind of had a little history with it. I used to play this tune all the time, and I had an incident. I won't go into it, but it just really turned me off on this tune, and I didn't play it for years. So I'm kind of back playing it now if I can remember it. And the tune is called I Left My Heart in San Francisco. And of course, like I said, Tony Bennett's career from that point on rocketed. And he's 95 years old now. I don't know if he's still singing, but up until at least a few years ago, every year they'd have some kind of celebration in San Francisco. And guess what he had to do? He had to go and sing the song. So Tony Bennett left his heart in San Francisco. Tony Bennett left his heart in San Francisco. Of course, then about 10, 12 years ago, he went on to record an album with Lady Gaga. So I guess, you know, maybe there's still hope for all us old guys. But he, like I said, is about 95 or so now, and I don't think he's still performing. He's just enjoying the memories of his youth, as they say, or in the movie, his youths. But that was a great movie. Anyway, 1962, there was a movie, and the theme song from that movie became a relatively popular tune. So it fits our motif. Name of the movie was The Days of Wine and Roses, of course. So the song is The Days of Rose the Wine. I mean, Wine and Roses. Yeah, the Days of Wine and Roses. So I think it sounds a little like this. Let's see what happens. The days of wine and roses. Well, you know, seems when I'm playing all these 1960s tunes, they seem to be a little bit short, so I guess we got a little extra time. Seems the past few segments we've had, so... Well, the tune I'm going to do now was not really written in it was written like 1921 or something, it came from a show. But... nice little tune. Around 1959, a fellow named Warren Covington was leading the Tommy Dorsey Band, and he recorded this tune as a cha-cha. Now, if any of you folks out there are under 60, you probably never heard this tune played, not as a cha-cha. Of course, very popular it was, you know, through the 60s. So I'm going to play it as it was originally done, and then I might even take it up a little tempo in the second. Well, you'll see what happens. The tune is called Tea for Two. T for two, kind of two different tempos. Maybe we call it tempo. Never mind. Way back when that song was first written, a lot of well, it was like a dancing couple, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers. They used to dance to that tempo. So, and Gene Kelly was a tap dancer, and he would tap dance to that song. I'm just wondering what would happen if they'd change the tempo like I just did. It looked like one of those old-time movies where they're running around crazy. Anyway, T for two, Coach Dave's version, 1963. A fellow named Bobby Helm. Now, Bobby Helm, he was kind of like a jazzy, folksy pop artist, and he had a big hit, and I guess the tune was a dedication to his brother. And I guess his brother had been killed outside of Nashville nightclub. I'm not sure the whole story, but he wrote this song to dedicate to his brother. So we're going to close our show with a little tune called Sunny. Sunny or Cloudy, I don't know. I guess the guy's name was Sunny. Well, that's sort of our show for today. As usual, thank you all for watching, listening, tuning in, however it is you get our little extravaganza here. And you know what I'm going to say about those young'uns. You got to bring them in. They'd never hear tunes like Sunny or T for Two if it wasn't for this show or any other show like it. So bring those young'uns in. Let them hear those tunes they don't hear ever on the radio anymore, or things like that. So let's take it home. How about Sunny? Yeah, that's a good one.